Hello, everybody, and as promised, I had a little bit of a power outage situation tonight, so I'm doing things at like 5 in the morning. That I got things kind of running, and this is kind of neat. You kind of got all kinds of water, right? You got a little castle, goes all along the edge here. It's a huge little area, right? It's kind of like that other one. So this is like something I could build on, you know, the other map there. Kind of gives you more areas to play with, right? And I think I think I know what Epic's doing. It's giving us little bases of starts, you know, and then we can get in little groups and go, hey, let's make this, let's make that, you know. And the idea is kind of cool. I'd like to get a couple more people that want to do something really neat. I think I got one guy. I think it was Snowball or was it SB Gaming? I forget. But the two of them are really neat in this. Like they like the look of this, but some people are like, well, I don't have any coding or, I can't make graphics. Well, okay, that's fine. You know, I can I can really easily teach people how to help out. It's not hard. And then when if we ever do designs, get to a stage where we want to out something to the public, right? Like for consumption, then it's everybody who contributed gets an even share. That kind of deal. And we would work that out. We would work that out as we go along, right? I don't know. I just there's so much now that they've given us oh wow, I can't wait to. And I'll say this: the new graphic engine, it's really nice. I mean, this is really kind of cool. Just sort of stand back at it. Eh? See, look at that, eh? It's like a little fortress in there. So now what you do is you go back to that storyboard thing that the other guy had, and see the door there. You make even the horror engine thing that I showed off. You could make doors that open and close, and there was even one that um, you could build things, right? Well, let's say think of how Path of Exile starts, but in the 3D mode. How you just get up here and you know go around and go, oh no, zombies, ah. There's lots of ideas you could come up with. You know. What's over here? Oh yeah. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Woohoo! Can I jump up there? I can too, eh? Neato. Can I jump up onto that? See, now then you use that Spider-Man like thing, and then you could do some climbing, eh, on this stuff, right? Aha! So this is kind of a really neat little thing. This is the first thing I've done with the 4.23. Now I'll bring that chaos destruction thing in and see if it works now. I mean, it's been a while since they've been messing around, and maybe they got a fix for Windows 7 I don't know about. They do, I'll be impressed, because I went for a full day at it all over the dev forums, and basically I was kind of told that no, you need to move up to Windows 10. And I was like, oh, okay, right. How about I go to Linux and say goodbye? I will want to do that because I want to start experimenting with going to Linux. And the idea is that if I ever do getting into game development, um, I want things to be as cheap as possible. In that sense, right? Like, smaller you are, the cheaper you want your tools. Okay, you got Blender, right? Blender's doing some neat things with Unreal. So one of the Unreal guys brought on a guy who was into Blender, and I mean, this guy really, really was cool. And he even had started talking about mods that you would add in, and the guy that made the mod was in there, and he was telling us all about, you know, how there's an update coming that would fix a certain problem, and they were, it was very, very hands-on versus what you usually get from a company in a live stream where they just tell you things, and there's, very little time for questions. It was kind of like, very, that was a very, one of the best live streams from Unreal I've seen yet. They should do that more often and bring in people that are actually using their engines, and that would facilitate more of us going, hey, you know what? I'll go on the forum and I thought of an idea and I used that idea and I did this, and then I'll share that back, and then and then you're going to be getting better games. You're going to be having more fun, and everybody will be able to do things a little easier, and the more easier everybody's able to do, the more, it's just woo. Anyway, this is on the high setting. It's not the cinematic style yet. And I could go to a first person and zoom way out, and it would be kind of like you could do some scenery stuff in here, put some monsters on there, and have like a whole, do an animation and have a little story going on here, eh? You could have like soldiers fighting on the front here, and you have a dragon fly over and breathe fire on them, and I have explosions that I could do little stories like this. I got a ton of ideas I want to do. I just want to. Yep, this is the month where I'm going to be spending so little money. I think I've lost about 10 pounds, which is good, by the way. You reach that certain age after in your 40s, and then you kind of get a little chunky. So yeah, this is kind of neat. I like this. This is cool. There's more to come though, folks. So get ready.